Today I am talking about the book Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds, a super powerful novel written in verse that hits hard with themes like grief, revenge, and the impact of our environment on the choices that we make. It's in short length, but honestly the meaning runs very deep. I'm going to break down the central theme, some of the craft moves that Reynolds uses, and the signposts that are shown throughout the book to reveal deeper layer in the meaning into the story. So let's get into it. So the first segment that I'm talking about is going to be the theme and the personal connection. So the main idea I'm focusing on is the cycle of violence and revenge in his community, and especially how it's passed down through the rules. These are unwritten rules that the main character Will was taught from a young age. So number 1 is no crying, number 2 is no snitching, and number 3 is get revenge. After his brother Sean is shot, Will feels like he has to follow these rules, even though they're what led to so much pain in the first place. Throughout the book, we're forced to ask, do people actually have a choice to break the cycle, or are they trapped in it? Because the rules, no crying, no snitching, get revenge. If you're always getting revenge, then someone has to do it to you, and you have to do it to someone else, and then it keeps going. So Reynolds' writing is loaded with techniques that make this story hit harder than it already does. First, similes happen a lot in this story. One example is when Will compares his feelings to screaming in a pillow, which really explains how trapped he feels. There is imagery when people walk in and out of the elevator, smoking. You can practically see the smoke. The author is that good at explaining detail from words and putting them into photos. There is also repetition being used in it when the phrase "the rules" is brought up again and again, and then the gun is brought up multiple times. Let's talk about the signposts. So these were huge in showing Will's growth. Contrast and contradiction. It happens with Will starts the book 100% committed to the rules that his brother taught him, but as each ghost or visitor comes in the elevator, he begins questioning the rules that he's been living by his whole life to see if this is actually the right answer or not. Again and again is shown by the rules and the gun that keep coming back, and it shows how deeply ingrained these ideas are into Will's mind. There are words of the wise are used when each ghost gives him advice or insight, and that could be especially Sean, even though Sean doesn't even speak at first, but it's just his presence that forces Will to rethink. And then there are also memory moments used when Will remembers moments with his dad, his uncle, and especially Danielle, who ended up also being a victim from gun violence from Will's childhood. So here's the big takeaway. A Long Way Down shows us that the pressure to seek revenge doesn't come from just one person. It comes from a history of hurt, and it's passed down like a curse. Reynolds makes us ask if breaking that cycle is even possible and what it costs to do it. The book might only cover one elevator ride, but emotionally, it covers generations of pain, fear, and tough choices. By the end, we're left in the same place as Will, wondering what he'll do when the elevator door opens. Thank you very much for listening. If you haven't read the book A Long Way Down,
then I suggest you go to a store and buy the book right now. It is a very good book, and although it is a quick read, the message does last. It is a very hard-hitting book, and the quotations on the front are not lying about how astonishing, gripping, powerful it is. So thank you very much for listening, and have a great day.